It's time for another Q&A chat with your girl, Yolanda's Books. So I have a few questions that some people put on some of the posts that I made on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And it is time for us to talk about these questions. I only have 6, but I feel like they are some great questions. And I actually have them written down on my iPad. So if you see me looking down, I will be looking at my iPad to see what the questions were. But first, y'all, I went to Walmart and I got a few things that I want to share with you guys. So first, it is this cup. Y'all, look at this cup. I can just see myself drinking a whole bunch of matcha out of this cup. Like, I just love the way the cup is actually designed with the straw on the inside of it, and the colors is the bomb. I really do love that cup. And I have been looking for a cup some similar to this with the flowers on it, and I actually found it in Walmart. I love a very nice cup so that when I am talking to you guys and I'm drinking my hot tea or drinking my coffee, I can have the aesthetic that I really want to have as far as my cups. And if you know me, you know me. I am a cup girly, water bottle girly. I just love all different kinds of cups and things of that nature. And y'all know I cannot go to Walmart or a bookstore period without looking in the book section. And I picked up 2 books. The first one is Wild Card, the Rose Hill series by L.C. Silver. Y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I think I have book 1 through 3 up there on my shelf. I have not read any of this series, but it is just for some reason when Shaughnessy is talking about a book and she really want to read a book, I got to get that book because I just have such good hopes for that book. So we got Wild Card by L.C. Silver. It is the 4th book in that series. And then y'all, I looked at this book a couple of times when I was in Walmart but never picked it up. By Invitation Only by Alexandra Chang. I read a little bit of this book while I was in Walmart this time, and I felt like this would be a very good read for me. So I picked it up. It is a pink book, y'all. I just love when the actual books have like a decent cover on the outside that you would want to like read it without the cover on it. But this one is By Invitation Only by Alexandra Brown Chang. High society has never gone this low. Christina Salerno said, a love letter to fashion. This novel is escaped, witty, and delightful. And y'all, I just love when they have like author's praise on the back of the book. And y'all, Lynn Painter, I like Lynn Painter's books. Lynn Painter even said, this book blew me away. It was utterly unputdownable and absolutely fairy tale. And that was by Lynn Painter. And I love to see that kind of stuff, y'all, especially when I read a author's writing and their writing is actually good. And that makes me really want to actually read a book. But y'all, I love the cover of this book. It is stunning. And I just had to pick those up. So guys, let's get to these questions. But first, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. There is a button down there on the bottom that says YB. That means Yolanda's Books. If you click that, it will take you to notifications. Click all, and you guys will know whenever I am on YouTube. And thank you in advance. So let's get to these questions. First question is, what's your fall read you're most excited about? And y'all, I have a few fall reads that I am excited about, and it's actually 3 of them. Y'all, I really am excited about these 3 books because I really want to read them for the fall, because I just feel like they have such the fall aesthetic to them. And the first one is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I've had this book for quite some time, y'all, and I have like 3 books to the series. I think I have like all 3 of them. and I have never gotten to this book, so this fall is a perfect time to read this book. It says a small town spicy romance, and y'all know I am a romance girly, so I believe that I will truly love this book. This book has a playlist, and I just love when a book have a playlist because I actually like to listen to music if I'm reading the physical book on hand. And this one has a playlist, so I love that. It says when Jeanne's auntie gives her the beloved pumpkin spice cafe in a small town of Dream Harbor, Jeanne jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeanne's arrival disrupts Logan's routine, and he wants nothing to do with the irritably upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself impeccably drawn to her. This book reminds me of a book that I read by it was by Sarah J. Maas, When in Rome. This book really and truly reminds me of When in Rome. If y'all think so, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Do y'all feel like what I just read about this book, or if you have actually read this book and read When in Rome, does this book make you feel like you're reading kind of a twist of When in Rome? It really does suffer. It just have different characters. The next book that is a highly anticipated read for me for the fall is Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie. Oh, I can't say that last name. But I bought this book, I want to say toward the beginning of this year or toward the end of last year, because I thought the cover was just so cute. Lucy Kane hates pumpkin spice lattes. Who hates pumpkin spice lattes, y'all? Not me. Which is a problem because A, Lucy lives in a New England town of Blair Glen where everyone loves all things autumn. B, she's a barista at her mom's coffee shop, Cup Ojo, as the first fall leaves descends upon Blair Glen. Lucy and her mom gear up for a busy season. But then Java Junction, a multinational coffee chain, opens a store literally across the street, home of the world's famous pumpkin spice latte. To make matters worse, it turns out that Jack Harper, the new kid in school and Lucy's secret crush, is the son of the owner. Talk about mixing business with pleasure. Y'all, don't that sound so cute? That just sounds so cute. What it sounds like to me is like enemies to lovers. What you think? Might be enemies to lovers. We're not saying that they're enemies yet because we really don't know, but with him being the son of the owner of the store that is right across the street from her mom's coffee shop, I feel like it might be a little bit of enemies to lovers, true love type trope. So ready for that one. Just recently bought this one, Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. Very excited to read this one because it is just screaming fall up and down, and that is just the type of feeling and reading that I'm in right now. It says Ellis has a lot of expectations for her senior year, but moving from Manhattan to Barmley Falls, Connecticut is not one of them. Yet in the wake of her parents' separation, that's exactly where she and her mom are headed. Bromley Falls might be charming, but it's also full of distractions, like local barista Cooper Burnett, Ellie's one-time best friend and first kiss, who has not only majorly glow up but wants nothing to do with Ellis. Then there's a Falling Leaves Festival, a month-long tourist attraction ran by Ellis's aunt, celebrating everything autumn. The festival seems nice and all, but Ellis doesn't have time to be roped into her auntie's enthusiastic planning. Dragged to each event, she can't stop bumping into Cooper, the one person she's hoping to avoid. So enemies to lovers, y'all? What do y'all think? Enemies to lovers, I feel. But y'all, look at the characters. They are so cute. This just remind me of, just like it says, like a small time enemies to lovers trope. He is adorable and she is so cute. I just love when the graphics of what the people actually looks like. might or might not sound like the people that's in the book. Sometimes, y'all, now I must say, when I read a book, the characters on the outside of the book does not remind me of the characters that I am reading about. And I want to say Done and Dusted did that for me. Like, looking at the outside cover at the two people that was mentioned in the book, that just did not look like they should look like that. So, question number 2. Do you get overwhelmed with your hobbies and work? Yes. Sometimes I do get overwhelmed with my hobbies and my work because I work long hours when I do work, and I always work 3 or 6 days in a row. And during those 3 or 6 days, I'm always wanting to go and do the things that I need to do for my content creation. And my content creation consists of a lot of vlogging and a lot of talking and just a lot of interesting things that I feel like you guys would love. And I just don't like to do just sit down vlogs all the time. I like to go to the bookstores. I like to go all different types of places so that I can vlog some content for you guys that you guys enjoy. So yeah, sometimes it can get overwhelming, and I'm not actually doing all the hobbies that I truly have. I'm mainly doing my reading and my content creation for you guys, but I love to journal. I love to color. I love to do a little, or try to learn a little painting and sketching and all of those things. And I actually have not been able to do everything that I want to do as a hobby because it's just so many hobbies that I have. But I am going to, hopefully, this is pretty much toward the end of the year. So hopefully next year I can, and also getting on live. So hopefully next year I can have myself more put together with being able to enjoy all the hobbies that I have, that I love, and also get you guys to see some of the things that I just love to do at heart. Question number 3, how's being a grandma? Being a grandma is great so far. My baby Rain, she is 3 months old, and she is doing a lot of things just to let us know that she sees us, she hears us, and either she like us or she don't. So being a grandma is very enjoyable. The love that I have for her is totally different than the love that I have for my own kids. And that is the beauty, I guess, of being a grandmother. I am a first-time grandma, and I mean, it's just, for me, it just feels like I'm taking care of one of my kids, but the love is just different. I actually had her this weekend. Today is Sunday the 15th, 14th, the 14th, and I actually had her over the weekend because my daughter, she had a birthday, and because I wanted her to enjoy her birthday, so, and I wanted to spend time with Rain, so I kept her for Friday and Saturday. So I love being a grandmother so far, and I can only see it going up from here. Do you have a special name you want your grandchild to call you as she grow up? Actually, I do not. I know that some people, they will say, oh, I don't want to be called grandma because that sounds old, and you know, just things like that. But y'all, if y'all really actually look at it and realize, like, people who is in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, they are grandmas. Like, their kids are having kids. And I know, I guess it's just the statistics, or the how would I say it, is what we have been known as a grandmother is an old lady. I don't feel like a grandmother is an old lady, especially not in this day and time now. So I want her to call me whatever she can say first. Sometimes I say, oh, your grandma this, your grandma that, and then sometimes I say, well, Gigi loves you, you know. So it doesn't really matter. But I'm guessing with me saying grandma to her, and my daughter says grandma to her, and sometimes she say Gigi, I'm guessing that I mean, I will be fine with just either of those, either grandma or Gigi. So, but it really doesn't matter. I'm just really eager to see what she actually can say and what is actually going to stick with her when it comes down to me as her grandmother. How's your kids adjusting to being a mom and an auntie? They're adjusting very, very well. My oldest kid, which is Rain's mom, Takaya, she has really shown me that she is a mom. She keeps her clean. She makes sure she has everything she needs. And you can tell because Rain is a very happy baby. And when she sees her mom, like we'll video her mom while she's with me. And when she sees her mom, she is focused on her mom. Like she is literally focused on her mom, and she smiles a lot when she hears her mom's voice. When her mom's talking to her, she's smiling all the time and things like that. So that lets me know that this little girl, even at 3 months old, really loves her mom, and I just love that for her. Takaya is a hairstylist, so she loves to do hair and she can do hair. So I'm very excited also for her to be able to put her hands in her own daughter's hair. And I just know that she is going to make sure that she is taken care of and looks so great to the best of her ability, because she started doing that at day 1. She is very particular about her kid, and I just love that as a mom for her. And I just love that she's actually getting to have this experience at 26, 27 years old. Her aunt, Faith, really loves Rain, and Rain loves Faith. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because Rain smiles at her all the time. Like she'll just study Faith and she'll just smile. Faith is able to calm her down. Faith is able to burp her, and she does not cry. She just really act like she loves her aunt, and Faith really act like she loves to be a aunt. And just before she left today, Rain left to go with her mom to go home, and Faith went to college to her dorm. And I said something, and she was like, well, I'm her auntie, you know, like I'm gonna be so happy when like she gets older and stuff, and like me and her can go places and do things. And I just love that for her as well, to be at her age and very happy to be a aunt to her little Rain. Next question, have you had a favorite book of the year yet? Yes, I have actually had 2 favorite books of the year so far that I can think of right off the top of my head. And the first one is a romance book, because you guys know I am a romance girly, and it is Christina Lauren's The Paradise Problem. It took me a very long time to get to this book because I did not have the audio for it. And if y'all know me, y'all know me. I will read a book, just read it by itself. But I am a true audio tandem book reader. I will read my Kindle. I will read a physical book on its own if I can't find the audio to go with it. But I love to tandem read, and that's what I did with this one. And it did not let me down. I was looking at a vlog the other day. Shaughnessy was in the bookstore, and she actually had the copy, picked up the copy of this book that had the pink on it. And she said she really didn't like that book. It just did not do nothing for the cover. And I really do believe that this cover actually looks a whole lot better than that pink cover. But y'all, this book was just so cute, and I just love the characters that was in this book. And the actual, where was it? There is a actual picture of the characters. Oh, it's on the back of the cover. And the characters actually, before I even noticed that this book had this on the cover, the characters actually looked like the characters that is on this cover. Even all the way down to the pink hair that what was her name? Anna had. You know, I just thought this book was just so cute. I felt like it was a second chance at romance, and Anna and Liam, I just felt like, you know, they had missed out on what they really and truly was supposed to have in the beginning because of Liam's father. But y'all, this book was just really cute, and I think I read it in a couple of days. I really did love that book. That was one of my favorite books of the year. I have a few favorite books of the year though, and as far as thrillers, Riley Sager, The Only One Left, was my favorite thriller book of the year. Y'all, if y'all know, y'all know. If y'all have read this freaking book, y'all already know. Like, this book was a page turner. This book was a true thriller freaking book. Every time that I read certain things in this book, I had to look back at the cover and look at this house up there on this cliff. I was like, y'all got me so confused. I was so totally freaking confused, y'all, in this book. But then things started to come to light, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. I did annotate in this book as well. I really would have loved to send this book off to my little traveling book club, but I don't feel like I annotated in it enough to actually send it off. I'm not sure. I love this book so much that I might read it again and annotate it and then actually send it off to my traveling book club ladies, but I'm not sure. But I really did love those two books, just to give you an example of a thriller and a romance book that I truly loved for the year so far. Last question, y'all. Any ideas for your book room, or are you currently content? I am actually currently content with my book room at this moment. The only other thing that I would do as far as my book room is just change it around as far as where the shelving and the book cases shelves are. That would be the only thing that I would actually change as far as my book room. And of course, y'all already know that I am a plant girly, and I would just love to have more plants like hanging from the ceiling, just little plants around. I just want, that's the last thing that I would love to do, is make my book room to a botanical type scene, because I just love the green plants inside of my house. I have them everywhere that I can fit them, and I'm thinking about actually making my bedroom into a botanical type room with a lot of flowers hanging and shelving that has flowers and books on it. I might pop up a picture if I remember while I'm editing of what I would like for my bedroom to look like. And yeah, so that is it, y'all. But guys, that is all the questions that I had for this Q&A. Every month I think I am going to try and put up a Q&A question box on all of my platforms, so that you guys can ask me any questions that you would like to know for the month. Or, you know, I might do it every month, or I might do it every couple of months. I'm not sure. There is something else that I actually want to start back doing, is my podcast, Friends Like Us with Yolanda. I want to start back with my podcast, but I'm just not quite sure what I actually want to talk about. But my main thing is that, like, I don't know, I might just, you know, that might be just a podcast that we actually read books together. And basically I'll just be, yeah, we read books together. I'll post what the book is going to be, and then we'll do episodes of so many chapters, and we will actually read the book together. That is my thought on starting back up on my podcast, so look forward to that. And yeah, guys, that's basically it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the questions. They were some very, very, very good questions. Kim, thank you so much. Everybody who contributed to the questions, I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.